Everybody okay-ish?
I'm gonna need someone to roll for me again until Drew gets off the computer. He's working. So, just don't want to keep getting interrupted.
Okay. I am counting down the days until school's out right now.
I understand.
I do not mean that mean or anything like that. I am just...
It's okay
I is the
to be
ready.
tired. Yep.
But, last game, y'all made it to Joliet and are staying in an Airbnb that is the former Joliet prison. Seems to be fully staffed by ghosts. I think Genie was dealing with the moral conundrum of that. Sybil had stayed in the room and called home, and Eleanor came down to the lobby bar check-in area and found the emissary drinking whiskey with honest-to-God Benjamin Franklin, wearing a Hawaiian shirt over a buck if you nuck shirt with board short sandals with socks. So Eleanor, he is definitely not giving off wizard vibes. He is not giving off undead vibes.
Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to remember exactly what I had said before, but I guess she would ask. She said, "So how, pray tell, is it that you're still around and I haven't heard about it?"
He takes a big sip from the glass and looks at you. Well, that's actually quite simple. I take a painstakingly high level of making sure nobody knows who I really am, and maybe sometime dabble in impersonating myself when I'm in Philadelphia. Money's actually pretty decent.
Eleanor would kind of chuckle at that and say, "That's fair."
Oh, Elvis does the same thing.
Who is that?
Elvis. He does the
Elvis.
same thing. I've met him a couple times. Wonderful young man. As for why am I here? Oh, ever since I got struck by lightning, I can't die.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that the same for Elvis?
No, Elvis is an alien.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Does it?
No, she's being sarcastic.
Well, he says he's an alien. I don't know. It's kind of hard to hear him through that southern drawl. In any case, I'm just touring around and also checking up with a couple of people that are posing as the owner of the copyright of my image.
What state are we in again? I'm so sorry.
Illinois.
Illinois. Eleanor asks, and they're here in Illinois.
Well, some of them, yes. The companies have sold themselves so many times over the years. I mean, back in, I don't know, 1870s, I copyrighted my image. Haven't been able to get paid by the U.S. government for putting me on money, but anytime you see a t-shirt or anything else that has me, like, he reaches into his bag and pulls out a Ben Drankin shirt. These things sell like crazy at the 4th of July. I make money.
This is so fascinating. Indeed, I never would have thought this would happen. I'm delighted.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Your friend here has informed me that you are the emissary of the Loa.
Indeed.
That is quite impressive. Then he stops and he looks across the room. Roll me roll me sharp, or somebody roll sharp for Eleanor and say what the dice roll is.
I'll look at my character sheet.
So that is a 5 plus whatever's in your sharp.
So that would be a 7. Yes, a 7.
A 7. You don't
Mm-hmm.
you don't recognize who he is staring at, but he hops up and puts his glass down and just, you son of a bitch, how dare you show yourself here? And you see a portly gentleman turn around, and it is Thomas Alva Edison, who starts running.
That motherfucker. You better run.
What the hell?
Ben Franklin, very sorry. He's stolen my image and several of my inventions. You motherfucker, get back! And you just see Benjamin Franklin beeline after Thomas Alva Edison out of a door.
Eleanor's just gonna blink a few times and say, "Is Tesla next? Is Tesla around?"
The emissary looks at you. I really don't want you to talk about the guy who owns that company. If you say his name 3 times, he shows up.
You know who I meant.
I
Or you
don't.
should.
Look,
Nicole.
oh, Nikola Tesla, like the dude who made the death
Yes.
ray and all that? Yeah, I know about him.
Uh-huh.
He died. He's dead.
Okay, well, I guess that's good to know.
At the same
Can't
time, I
quite tell these days.
thought Ben Franklin was too. Um, Illinois is weird. Real weird. Like, we've dealt with ghost Nazis, a literal money face founding father, and apparently Thomas Alva Edison is not dead.
Surely that wasn't lightning, too.
I don't know, but my money's on Ben.
Eleanor just kind of like seems so amused. Like she just sits back against the chair, couch, whatever they're right next to, and just is like just like looks like this really just happened.
The emissary is just gonna pour you a drink. Anything else you wish to do, Eleanor?
Um, I don't know. Are Edison and
Oh no, Ben chased him.
Franklin are gone?
Franklin chased him out of the door, so he might be out in the parking lot.
You know what? I'm just curious. We're gonna go take a look.
All right, you look outside and you see Ben Franklin has caught Edison and is just pummeling his head into the hood of a car, saying, "You stole the phonograph, you bastard!" And Edison seems to be fumbling in his pockets.
Um,
I gave you the fucking idea for the light bulb, you little shit. Like, Franklin is just beating the crap out of him. You don't know whose car that is, by the way, either.
I mean, Edison deserves it. I think.
You're like, no, stop, don't.
Don't do that.
You know what, Genie and Sybil,
Don't do it.
Sybil, Genie, give me sharp checks real quick to see from your rooms.
Okay, my sharp is. Okay, that's a 7 altogether. I want to say that Genie has Marcy back on the phone and she's narrating the fight.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, so you both notice that there is a fight. Genie, you're choosing to narrate the fight to your girlfriend.
Yeah, this old guy who looks like Ben Franklin is fucking kicking the shit out of the shitty Edison cosplayer in the parking lot right now. It's so fucking funny. He keeps yelling on gramophones.
Why are there 2 old dudes fighting in the parking lot?
Are you looking over at Genie saying that?
Gotta at this point leaning, look out the window like, what are these 2 old fucks doing? Wait, is that Ellie?
Eleanor, you just hear Sybil from like the floor up looking out and shouting.
Hey, what's going on?
Ellie?
Tom Edison versus Franklin.
What?
Genie's gonna call down and say, Ben Franklin, where'd you get your shirt?
My God.
Just yells back, $6 teas.
Thank you. Genie is 100% writing that down on a post-it note.
That's not actual Ben Franklin and Thomas Edison.
Actual. I think. One of them is, at least.
The emissary comes out drinking, going, Quaker Oats, Quaker Oats, Quaker Oats.
Wrong guy.
He looks like him. I mean, I know it. I've been drinking with him. It's Ben Franklin. I'm just cheering for him. If it was the other one, I would be saying.
Did we stop 2 old men from scrapping in the parking lot?
The emissary looks at you, Eleanor.
I'm sorry, can you repeat what Sybil asked?
Sybil said, "Should we stop
I
this?"
said, should we stop this? Should we stop them from scrapping in the parking lot?
Eleanor would just say, why?
I mean, I guess they're not gonna kill each other at this point.
Also, if we bring more attention to this fight going in the parking lot, this could end up in a dog pile. Edison fucked over a lot of people in his lifetime, and there's a lot of ghosts here.
I think those ghosts are a little bit past his time, but
Genie is gonna turn around and yell into the room and say, "Who here hates Thomas Edison?"
Oh my God.
Fuck that bitch.
Sweet, he's outside.
Genie, don't make it worse.
We can't attack the guests.
What?
We can't attack the guests.
Boo!
That's racist. We don't all say that.
I think Genie is just gonna roll her eyes.
Eleanor, since you're out there, roll me weird.
Okay. Actually, can someone else roll it for me, please?
We'll just add your weird to whatever the dice roll is. That is a 7 plus your weird.
Okay, that is 10.
10. Okay, so you notice this. Edison's been fumbling his pocket as his head is being slammed on the hood of like a Buick. And he pulls out this little palm-sized device. or artifact that he is trying to click a button on very quickly, but you see him doing it.
Can I try and take it from him?
Roll me tough.
Or with magic?
Yeah. Roll me weird. Because this falls under the do one thing that's not humanly possible, because I guess you're telekinetically doing it. Please tell me Eleanor is like force grabbing this shit.
Or magnetically? What is that roll?
It would be weird still.
Oh, I know, but what did I roll?
Oh, Genie has not rolled.
I rolled a 7.
No, that was for rolling weird to notice. This is, she's trying to cast magic.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. 9.
No, damn.
So that's a 12.
Yeah. You magnetically pull to your hand this little, like, metal and clay device that has a couple buttons on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Edison, damn it!
Can I tell what it is?
You know, being a wizard, you know a lot, in an archivist, you know a lot about magical artifacts. This looks like an artifact someone has tinkered with a good bit. And
So what?
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so what he's good at? Tinkering with imperfect things.
That someone else made, yes. So you're not sure 100% what it is, but it looks like it's an artifact that he's done something to. And as you're looking at it, Ben Franklin wedgies him.
Ooh. What is this?
Franklin looks at it. Oh, don't press the button. Don't press the button. That is a
I'm
teleporter.
not pressing the button.
That is a teleporter. He bangs Edison's head again one more time. This little bastard has sat there and used that to escape me so many times.
Genie's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
call down again. Sure would be a shame if a wizard who fucks with technology stood a little too close to that device.
Well, I'm holding it, so.
Yeah, Ellie's holding it in her hand, so this bug just will.
Oh, you got
Does it flex?
you could will to hex this thing, Ellie. Like you could fizzle it.
I know, but I'm interested in teleporting.
Yeah, looking at it, Eleanor, it's got like 4 buttons, like for fingers, and it's got one big button for the thumb on top of it. Like I said, it's like clay and metal. It's kind of steampunky with the buttons because it's almost like typewriter buttons.
Mm-hmm. Neat. Eleanor would look towards Benjamin Franklin and say, are you sure you weren't here for him?
No, this is just a happy coincidence. And he looks over, and he is unconscious. Well, time to go through his pockets.
Woo!
He's a hoot.
And Ben Franklin proceeds to mug Thomas Alva Edison in the parking lot of the Joliet Prison Airbnb. That is not a sentence I expected to say today.
Anything of interest?
Are you joining in?
No, but I am approaching.
There's a pocket knife. There's a multi-tool. There's a wallet. There's a couple little books. There's a pocket watch. There's another pocket watch. Franklin then pulls out a giant wad of papers and spreads them on the hood of the car and takes 3 patents out of them and puts them in his pocket.
Beats up people's parking lots and steals patents out of their pockets.
Tell me this wouldn't be Ben Franklin.
Yeah, that man, they discovered so many dead bodies in his house like 200 years after
Oh,
his
he was
death.
definitely a serial killer.
No. He wasn't a serial killer. He was buying corpses for medical students to do experiments on in his basement because it was illegal to do that. And he's like, nothing's gonna stand in the way of science.
He also would look at you kids have fun. I'm going
So
off to the
definitely
Hellfire
got
Club.
for being a serial killer.
It's just I'm gonna go to the Hellfire Club. Y'all do science.
He also fucked like 2 different king's mistresses.
Yep.
He fucked anything that would fuck him.
Like y'all know that when he went over for the French Revolution with John Adams, he showed up in buckskin and a beaver tail hat to try to
And
make people.
absolutely pulled. He absolutely pulled in the French court.
60-year-old man trying to dress like a woodsman, and then with a perfect. The thing is, he perfectly spoke French without an accent, and Adams knew that. And then Adams looked at him when he got off the boat and went, "Je m'appelle Benjamin Franklin," and just had like the most twang. Is like, "What the fuck are you doing, Ben?" And Ben goes, "Well, hopefully that one by the end of the evening." How is it that man looked like the Quaker Oats dude, yet had more riz than so many people today? And I mean that in
Pure charisma.
a good and a bad way, because Ben Franklin was sus as fuck.
He really was. 10-year-old Emily was obsessed with him because we share the same birthday, and I thought that meant that he should be my like personal hero. And then I read like one book about him and went, "Oh, there's more
Maybe not.
there's more moral ambiguity in this book than my 10-year-old brain is prepared for right now."
Oh.
God damn it, Benjamin.
I don't feel too bad. My childhood hero was J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. When I was little, I liked Hulk Hogan, and I have so many regrets about that now that I'm an adult.
Oh no! At least it wasn't Kid Rock.
No.
Wait, so in game it's like 2013, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means Genie doesn't know about Neil Gaiman yet.
Oh no! None of us did until last year.
Why did you have to bring that up, Emily? I've been trying to avoid that. I don't want to think about it because it makes me sad.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
It makes me sad and mad.
Same. Anyways, back to historical figures having fights in the parking lots of Ghost Road and Airbnbs.
Okay, to be fair, that's also a Chicago thing. 2 historical figures get into a fist fight in the parking lot. It's Chicago.
Probably could be the same said about Nola.
Nola, they get into arguments at a fancy party and then fight in the parking lot. Because somebody's honor was affected by that. Anyway, so, yeah, Eleanor, there's just a whole bunch of stuff laid out across the hood of the car. There also seems to be a silver cylindrical device that has what looks like a light at the end of it. Like about the size of a wand.
Okay. What is it?
If you pick it up, it's like a little bit bigger than like a hand tool. Do you mess with
It has a light in it?
Yeah, it looks like it has a little light bulb at the end of it.
Yeah. Curiosity killed the cat and all that. Eleanor's gonna mess with it.
I have no clue if that's getting picked up.
What?
I guess it's not coming through. It makes little noises. I had something that makes noises.
Oh no, I didn't. Sorry.
I kind of hear it a little bit,
Oh well.
but I'm also in the other room. It's not coming over your.
Oh man. Oh beans. Anyway, it makes some
We
noises.
got a sonic screwdriver.
It fizzles out and pops after it starts making some noises as you hold it.
Oops.
Magic versus technology. Franklin then pulls out an old Razor flip phone.
Oh, that, yeah. Prepared, I see.
I mean, it was in. He's like still going through all of the pockets of Thomas Alva Edison.
Why do you keep saying his?
What was that, Em?
Why do you keep saying his middle name?
Because he deserves to have all three of his names said because he's a bad boy.
Yeah, the Wizard of Menlo Park can go fuck himself.
The only invention he ever had was how to steal credit. Like that, and I'm going to probably say, you know what? Yeah, there's also a piece of paper that said he created the payday loan place.
Evil.
The Rougarou's emissary comes out and goes, all right, I have a Sharpie. Who wants it?
Me?
Genie comes running down and grabs the Sharpie.
I expect nothing.
Like I feel
Nothing
like
less.
I feel like we hear me, and then it's just she's like holding it as a note, and it gets really quiet, and then as she gets back closer, it's still finishing and gets louder again, and she snatches the marker.
I originally wanted to just draw a dick on his face, but now I kind of want to write "I fucked Tesla's pigeon" on his forehead.
You know what? You don't even have to.
Damn.
As big as his forehead is, I'm not gonna make you roll.
Thank you.
So you've done
I'm
that.
from New Jersey. This is so
Sharp.
cathartic.
So you write that on his head. Franklin then goes, well, with that, I believe it is time for me to go back to my room. You ladies have a wonderful evening.
Bye, Ben Franklin.
Goodbye, young Colombian woman.
How did he know that?
Right?
It's
Like,
Ben
it would have made
Franklin.
sense if... Yeah, I mean, it would have made sense if it was like Roosevelt or something, but Ben Franklin, wow.
I think he's the first person to ever get that right on the first try, Genie.
You're so right. They usually think Cuban, which, like, no disrespect to Cubans, but, you know, this ass, it's definitely Colombian.
You've also been called Mexican.
Yes, but only by racists and assholes.
The emissary looks at Edison and goes, I bet he'd say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we just leave him in
Is
the
Edison
parking
even
lot?
conscious?
What was that, Emily?
Is Edison even conscious?
No.
No, I think he's unconscious.
He is wedgied, unconscious, and has vulgarity written across his massive 5 head.
Well, with that, Sybil's gonna close the window and just get ready to go to bed.
This trip has been so cathartic. Like, we're just consistently, like, either helping bring down shitty, like, old-timey white guys, or, you know, actively taking down shitty old historical white guys. Nazis, that beer guy, Edison.
No one's going to ever believe me if I said I watched Ben Franklin kick Thomas Edison's ass.
It's Edison. Well, at least you have us.
Yeah, but y'all are weird.
Huh. This is what is weird? Not, you know, dropping a bunch of iron nails in fey courts and fucking off?
No, that's making a point. That's not weird. Maybe it's belligerent.
would you call your boss weird, or is
I-
that just us?
I would call my boss a murderer.
Huh. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, like, this is what's bad, is I'm, like, completely desensitized to gore now because of him. I did not know how many feet of intestines humans had until him.
I think Genie just looks really put off by that, and she's like, okay, on that note, I'm going to bed. Bye.
This place is really strange.
The emissary just walks back in, picks up the bottle from the table, and heads back to his room. Because what did we say, y'all had 3 rooms?
Or wait.
I think it was 3 or 2. I don't care.
So, as y'all are all heading back to y'all's room, so Sybil and Genie have established this game that they're in the same room. So, Eleanor, you have one by yourself.
Okay.
And the emissary's on the other side. It's like emissary, Genie, Sybil, Eleanor. And Eleanor, I'm assuming you're probably the last one coming in. It seems Franklin is on the same rack of hotel room / cells that y'all are, and he is reading a book and holding 2 glasses.
Does it seem like he's waiting for someone?
You know what? Roll me sharp. Somebody roll for us so we can figure out sharp.
Got you. 7.
That's a 9.
Okay, with a 9, that would be an upper end of a mixed success. He's giving off the vibe that he's not waiting for someone, but you 100% notice that there are 2 glasses in his hand.
I mean, what else is he doing?
He's got a book in one hand, and he's definitely looking really hard at this book. And with a 9, if he had gotten a 10, I'd tell you the title of the book. And he's got 2 glasses in his other hand, kind of like flutes.
All right, and like, do I have to go past him to get to my room or no?
He is the room just past you, so when you go to your door, you'll be like within like 6 or so feet of him.
Oh,
I'll be right back since he's asking for dessert.
I'm so curious. What is he reading as I get closer?
All right, as you get
She's
close,
totally not being nosy. Nope.
totally not being nosy, you see that he is reading a book. At first, it looked like it was an older book, but it's been bound to look older, and it looks like it is a rather new history of the French Revolution, like published probably like within the last 2 years.
This is such a historical deep cut, but I swear to Christ, if Mary Shelley's mom is on a date with Ben Franklin right now, I will lose my shit. You said French Revolution historian, and that's immediately where my mind went.
Now I'm sad because I have to remember Mary Shelley was like super young.
Yeah, but her mom,
Yes.
Mary Wollstonecraft. She would get along with Franklin like a forest fire. Anyways,
What time is it about?
It's like getting close to 11.
Okay, I can't help it then. Eleanor would just say, and who could Benjamin Franklin be waiting for at 11 o'clock in the evening with wine and a book about the very revolution in France?
He turns and looks. Oh, well, honestly, I could have had both of these. But if you would like to have one and join in a discussion, because I know you're a librarian and a scholar yourself.
Never thought I'd see double fisting. Yep.
By the way, when he says this, you notice nothing has been drank from either glass.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it's because holding two glasses of wine while reading a book.
Yeah, that would be extremely difficult. However, I do not put it above Ben Franklin to also have a crazy straw somewhere for this situation.
That's amazing. I mean, I feel like Eleanor would have a hard time saying no to that offer.
All right, and
I
with
mean, because historical discourse, like with Benjamin Franklin, sounds interesting. Although I'm going to be candid in that I do not know a terrible lot about the French Revolution, so we will be making some rolls for this.
well, what
we
I'll
got
say,
you, boo.
what I will say is everybody gets ready for night. Eleanor, how long would you stay reading with Ben Franklin? And just
uh,
basically then become having the biggest nerd talk.
Probably as long as able.
Okay, so what I will say is the next morning comes. Eleanor, you find yourself in your room, in your bed, still in your clothes. However,
I would hope.
uh, like you were not in your pajamas or anything. You're still in the clothes. Your shoes are still on, but your feet are like. Whoever helped you get into your bed, because you don't remember this, your feet are angled off the bed, so your shoes are not on the bed.
That's hilarious. Okay.
But your left hand is clutched around something.
Oh no. Okay. What?
It is a copy of the history of Sweden, first edition from the early 1800s. And inside of it is a little piece of paper with Ben Franklin's name and number.
Oh, he gave you his number.
That's amazing.
So you now have an incredibly old book connected to some of your family's history, or at least the country your family came from.
With the number of an incredibly old man.
She hooked up with Carlos, the emissary of Hades and Persephone.
Hey,
Oh,
Carlos was
yeah!
hot though.
I forgot about that.
Emily,
How did you forget about that?
Emily, didn't you mention like 5-10 minutes ago that Franklin has the Riz?
Franklin does have the Riz, actually.
So, Eleanor, I'm going to say you had a very lovely evening. You have a little bit of a headache from drinking champagne, probably till you probably drank champagne so late it became early.
Uh-huh.
Sybil, Genie, y'all wake up to a moaning in your room.
Oh no.
Genie immediately has her baseball bat in her hands, but she's wearing like fluffy bunny pajamas.
She
Who the fuck in their room?
y'all just see a ghost with a broom.
Oh, it's house cleaning?
I think you're supposed to wait till there aren't people in the room to do that.
No.
What?
Bye. It said no.
You keep getting very choppy.
I'm sorry. Am I cutting out for everybody else?
Nope.
You were just now, but you haven't been.
Okay, but it says no. Uh-oh. Am I not coming through?
I hear you.
No, Sybil's just kind of staring at him.
It just slowly hovers out the room, but then the broom and the dustpan get caught on the door as it goes through.
How do you get it in here?
He's a ghost.
I know, but how to get the dust from the dustpan?
There's an open closet.
Oh, Lord. Well, awake now.
So as y'all step outside to go enjoy the continental breakfast, outside of the emissary's door, you see 3 goblins handcuffed to the handrail.
The fuck?
They are trying to act nonchalant about the situation.
I knock on the emissary's door.
He opens it back up. Yes.
Why? And I point.
Oh. They picked the lock on my door while I was in the shower.
I turn around
Oh.
and look at him. Why?
Mr. Edison said, steal my stuff back from the fat guy.
That guy doesn't have your stuff.
Not this fat guy, anyways.
I'm husky, not fat.
Tell Mr. Edison to leave the fat guy alone or the scary ladies are going to come after him.
Okay, but they kind of jingle their handcuffs, can't leave.
Oh, that part's not my problem.
Oh. Wah wah.
If you ever make it back to him, give him the message.
Oh, they'll make it back to him. I fed the middle one all the keys.
Gross.
Yuck.
They'll get free in 8 hours if they don't figure something else out.
Gross.
But you enjoy a breakfast. Apparently, there is a pan of fried chicken and another pan of plain white toast.
Oh my god.
Plus the rest of a regular breakfast buffet.
Sweet. Let's dig in.
Emily, I want you to know, I just always assume Genie, sees a buffet and she's like, I'm eating everything. I don't know what that is, but I'm eating it.
I want to believe that Genie has an iron stomach and is not picky about food, but she would rather fucking die than have gas station coffee.
That's hilarious.
That's fair.
That is very fair. But
That's kind of how I am.
so you get your breakfast, you can get your stuff. Y'all load back up in the Winnebago. And the emissary drives for about 15 minutes and then pulls into a parking garage.
Why are we pulling into a garage?
Okay, I could drive through it and be fine. Y'all'd get stuck.
What?
Get stuck in what?
Okay. Remember how they said Chicago's on lock?
Yeah, we were given very little info on that or how to bypass it.
Okay. Wait, y'all have this. Y'all can do the wizard eye thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do that because I don't know how to explain this.
Okay, open myself.
Y'all see extending like 6 feet to the other side of this parking garage a massive dome that seems to go over the city of Chicago right now.
Oh, yeah, I could do it.
What the fuck? How are we supposed to get into the fucking city, though? Was my what?
It's a dome.
Yeah, that would have been helpful information to be given beforehand.
Okay, you know I am compelled to
Just
do
you know
all
it's
this.
a dome. I can see that's a dome.
Yeah, you know I've been compelled, right?
To not talk about this? Bring us here.
Bring you here, and I could not release all the details because the Fae are assholes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Can
supposed.
anything, like, message-wise get in?
No.
Then how the fuck am I supposed to let Dresden know we're here?
Yeah, does anyone have this man's phone number?
He does not have one.
I mean,
At least not one that he carries on him.
it's a dome, so it only covers the top.
Well, we gotta dig underneath it?
Yeah, we gotta go through the under.
You know, for God's sake.
We're going to have to go through the Chicago underground.
The hell are we, Ninja Turtles?
That's New York.
Whatever. Right, so we find a manhole.
But this is as far as the Witchabago's going, so get all your stuff that you want to bring with you if you don't want to leave it in a super insecure SUV or RV that's in a parking garage outside the city of Chicago.
Or could just, magic it, say.
Yeah, yeah. He just reaches in and gets a backpack and then pulls out a shotgun.
I am going to get all my stuff, but once we do, I am going to try and basically put, like, a barrier or something on it, so at least we have a way to get home.
Okay, cast me weird or roll me weird to cast ward. Because that would be to protect something. 6 plus
9.
Okay, so the options here are draws unwanted attention. Let me pull out my paper. Limited effect or limited duration. The effect is weakened. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. Or it has a problematic side effect.
I'll say that when I do it, it makes something in the engine go bang, so it just echoes through the parking car.
Problematic side effect.
Problematic side effect, or I don't know. But
Yeah, it just.
Jesus.
I have no clue what that was.
I don't know, but no one's taking it.
Someone eventually tries to steal it, and it's like, man, the whole transmission fell out. Well, let me get at that catalytic converter.
Oh, Lord.
So, y'all are parked. You got your stuff.
Oh, I'm so tired of sneezing. Oh my God.
Sybil, because it's in your back.
Yep.
You've been to Chicago before,
A couple times.
so I would say you have a better chance of finding an entrance to the under of Chicago. So
Okay.
roll me investigate a mystery.
That is sharp.
That is sharp.
Well, that's a fucking failure. Shit.
So take your experience.
Maybe there's something I can.
Unless you got something on your character sheet.
Mm, yeah, I thought I did, but that's only a lot of my stuff is based around hurting things. So no, and this isn't a bad situation, so sight doesn't come into play.
Okay, Sybil, you think you find an access point to it, but when y'all open it, it is just straight sewer gas coming out of there.
It's been like 10 years, okay?
We love it.
Okay, everybody else roll me investigate a mystery now that Sybil has found poo gas. So
That's sharp.
that would be sharp.
Okay. Can someone roll for me?
Yeah, I got you. Sorry.
All right, you good, Emily?
Yeah, I was in the bathroom. Okay, do you want a 10 or a 4?
What?
She rolled a 10 and a 4 because she's also rolling for herself.
Whatever you want, man. I'll do it.
Take a 4. That feels like Genie.
Okay, Genie, go ahead and mark a point of experience.
Woo!
Because
Okay, well,
I don't think you have a 3 sharp, do you?
I do not.
Okay.
and
So,
that means I got a 12.
okay, so that means you have not taken an advanced move, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that means you get to hold 3. So you got what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can it hurt, where did it go, where is it going, what is being concealed here.
What is being concealed here?
Behind a telephone pole, there is a utility, looks like a utility room.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that is not a utility room. There's definitely an access to underground in this little building next to it.
Okay. What other questions are even relevant in this situation right now?
Any of them could technically be. Because I try to be a little bit more liberal with what it means.
Is there any danger?
Nope. You do not see any danger other than it is the outskirts of Chicago.
Okay. And what's another question I can ask again?
You got what happened here. What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go? What was it going to do?
But I'm not actually following a creature here.
No, but if you pick any of those, I can twist them around to help you out.
I guess where did it go?
You notice that the door is unlocked, and you see some footprints that are leading away from it towards the same parking garage y'all are in.
Okay.
So it looks like whatever left here left the door open.
All right. Well, guess we're gonna approach the door. I'll say I think this is it.
Okay, it is a metal utility door. Has all your standard stuff on it. You know, don't touch, high voltage.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has definitely drawn something inappropriate on it.
Sounds about right.
And if y'all choose to open it, you see that there is a old metal spiral staircase that goes down.
Do 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 do.
Oh, that doesn't look ominous.
Not at all. Let's go.
Genie, as you say that, do you step on it?
Probably. Yes.
It groans.
Being able to go underground after living down in Louisiana for so long seems weird.
And they're exciting.
I mean, there's Don's basement.
That's
True.
I like how across multiple games I have run with different systems, everyone just acknowledges that Don is
Don is Don.
Don is Don and is some type of fey creature of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've all met him.
Anyways,
Is it like about to collapse or just creaky?
it's just creaky and old. I couldn't, for the sake of the cinema and the element of the game, Genie saying, let's go ahead and go down and step on it and make a terrible groan as she steps on it. Because Genie is the smallest of the entire group.
We head down into the depths.
The depths.
So, y'all go down for what feels like several flights. And you see it goes off like it seems like it has access to a basement back underneath the parking garage, but it spirals down further. And as you get down to the bottom, there is a concrete utility tunnel lit by just a couple of flickering, like, floodlights in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very utilitarian, slightly backroomy. Definitely damp. And the tunnel leads forward.
Off we go.
And as it's about to be 8 o'clock, this is where we'll end tonight because we gotta get kids in bed. Boo! Oh no, I've been, you know what? I've been outvoted by my wife.
Yeah.
We should at least make it into Chicago.
Okay,
We should have what?
I think we could at least make it into Chicago.
take 3 steps. You're
No. So ornery.
I live with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being belligerent. I'm not being ornery.
You know.
They're pretty damn close.
I feel
That's why our
attacked.
daughter's belligerent.
You should feel attacked.
Because we're attacking you.
Get him.
Belligerence.
Whatever.
I'm really looking forward to where this is going. So, yay.
So, as y'all, you can continue down the hallway. Like, I'm not joking. Emily outvoted me on stopping. Unless folks are ready to stop.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I can play a little while longer, no worries.
Okay. So,
Let me give Vincent his medicine real quick, but I'm listening.
So, as y'all proceed forward, all 3 of you feel slightly uncomfortable for about 3 feet, and then everything feels fine.
Interesting.
Roll me weird if y'all would like to.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if we could roll to see what the fuck's going on. Okay, 11 for me and 10 for Christina.
Emily's dice are on fire.
It's a dice roller, I swear. We use Owlbear Rodeo for my other game, and the dice roller we use is not nearly this nice to me.
This is the first time I've seen Roll20 be nice. But with those, Genie and Ellie, you know that y'all have passed underneath the edge of that dome, which means
Okay.
which means now you're officially in the city of Chicago.
Yay.
You're just, 4 or 5 stories underneath.
Yay! Now we need to find a way back to the surface.
But as you look, this tunnel just keeps going straight for a minute and doesn't seem to have another off route or anything.
Well, I guess we gotta keep going until we find something that leads up. The fucking utilidors.
Yep. We'll keep moving.
As y'all continue, this tunnel, there is a ladder that goes up, but as you look up it, there is no light coming from the top of this ladder that seems to go all the way back to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance whatever that access point is no longer in service.
Mm-hmm.
And as you continue, you eventually come to the concrete stops and you get into what is a T-junction with a rough cut stone tunnel that there are a set of narrow rails in the middle of.
Rails?
Mm-hmm.
Like cart rail?
Yeah, about maybe 18 inches apart.
What the hell? I go over and kind of tap my foot on them and look at them. Does it look like they're rusty or
Oh, they're
they've been
old.
used?
They're old, but they have been in use. And if
I'm
y'all
gonna roll a sharp.
okay,
My mouse will stop trying to. Just a sec.
with the 7, as far as you look either way, Sybil, this rail goes off into the darkness. You can see pinpricks of light from, again, some of those kind of utility lights. And if you look a little bit further down to your right, it looks like there's another tunnel that goes back in the direction that you came from, maybe 40 feet down. But you're not seeing anything going forward. This is just kind of going across from y'all.
Weird.
So, what do we think we should do?
Well, real quick, who all went to college again?
Why you gotta keep bringing that shit?
I think Genie went to baking. No, she and Eleanor met in college.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Genie went to college. I don't know if she finished college, but I think she went to college.
Okay, in that case, because I do not know of another skill to roll in this situation, roll me weird.
Okay.
Because that seems to cover general knowledge.
We both rolled 8s.
God damn, Genie always rolls good.
11. Yeah, Genie, you rolling well.
Thanks.
Genie always rolls well. I think she sucked all the good rolls out of me.
But to be fair, Genie also, with certain rolls, always has like a +1 or a +2 to stuff.
This is
Like especially when combat happens, because of I meant to do that and a couple other things. She has like an ongoing plus because the way the kitchen. I know I've said this probably another one of the episodes, but the kitchen witch is designed to be like a rolling stack, to where it's like I might not have your bonuses immediately, but I got a +5 right now.
I'm good at skills.
Yeah.
So between the two of y'all remember a lesson to where there is a professor who, as professors often do, have a weird obsession. And the professor y'all had was from Chicago, and he had worked on a not quite archaeological dig because it's not really old enough.
Mm-hmm.
Christina might correct me on that as an actual archaeologist. Um, but that Chicago had a underground rail system to deliver mail to major businesses downtown and to outlying buildings, and that they do eventually, some of them actually do run underneath Union Station towards the center of the city. So you might have found one of these old mail rails that are still occasionally used to move utility workers and supplies around working on the city, because Chicago has like 400 feet worth of underground underneath it to make sure the city does not flood.
That's neat.
Yeah, when I learned about this, I thought it was super cool because it means people who live like in older neighborhoods of Chicago towards the lakefront, when they're remodeling their basements, might find access to these train tunnels.
Huh. I didn't know.
One of the other problems with these tunnels is the sheer amount of homeless people that find their way into them. Not because homeless people are bad or anything, it's just they get lost. And then somebody finds them later, and it's not good.
So Chicago has its own catacombs.
Very much so, yes. Somewhere below y'all is actually the reservoir and rain drainage system that goes to all the quarries outside of the city.
Huh. Well, follow the rails, probably find a way to get out of it.
So which way do y'all want to go?
I guess wherever it seems would lead further into the city.
I mean, y'all are walking towards the city, and this just runs perpendicular to y'all. Excuse me.
So it's basically left or right.
Yeah, it's left or right.
Does it look like it curves anywhere? Like within our line of sight?
Not within your line of sight.
Which way did you say we seem to go back the way we came?
Yeah, over to your right, you see there's a tunnel that seems to go back the way you came.
So left then, probably. I assume? I don't know.
Okay.
Is there a way to tell for sure?
Is there a way to what?
Tell for sure.
I mean, y'all have magic. I mean,
Quick,
again,
into the city.
Grubs isn't gonna work in here.
I mean, you do have one thing that is beyond human limitation, which is
Yeah, I was
the
about to
vague
say.
thing that covers everything.
Um. Can I use? I want to use magic to kind of create not a compass that points north, but a compass that will point us in the direction we need.
All right, roll me weird. 10. As y'all hear Sybil using her arcane skills and languages, doing her enchantment and her chanting, a familiar hand with a set of eyes above it starts to form.
Familiar. What am I forgetting?
It's
Damn.
oogly. It's oogly googly gonna go noodly.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Why?
I forgot that character
I-
existed.
I did too.
Oh my god.
The paddle wheel.
Amazing.
For those that might be listening to this later on,
Years ago, in the long ago, in the before times.
what is his name again? Gotta go.
Oogly googly gonna go noodly.
Gotta go noodly.
Is a hand that Eleanor and Sybil once conjured while we were stuck in the past to help us out of a tough situation. It is literally a hand with a set of googly eyes on top.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The little hand just looks back, looks forth, looks at y'all, opens up very excitedly, and kind of bounces around.
You're
Kind of make like
back.
a noise.
It's a hand. It doesn't make a noise.
I thought it made a noise.
It goes ah,
Ha baba.
haba haba.
Ha baba.
Genie's gonna wave at the hand.
It waves.
Genie was knocked out when this happened the first time.
I feel like she's seen it since.
We used it one other time. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, fuck it. This is the first time Genie's seen him. Oh my god, he's so
What is
cute.
it? I can't remember. I know that the first time you were passed out because you weren't able to play that.
But this was when we were all time
Traveling.
traveling, so
It's wibbly wobbly. Well, I wasn't expecting to bring that up, but can you show us which way to go, little guy?
It nods and it goes off to the left and stops,
Mm.
turns and looks at you, and then motions for you to follow.
We're following.
Sorry, I just see it like shaking its head and the googly eyes starts jiggling. What was the name of that show that had hands like that?
I think it was Oogly Googly.
No, I'm gonna have to Google it. Googly it.
How did we make this?
Y'all,
Ubi.
This is
It
all
was called
you
Ubi.
guys.
y'all said y'all were creating something to help point something out to y'all, and then did not describe it to me. And I went on the
We needed
internet.
something that could go under the boat. I think it was go under the boat and untie something. So it had. We need something with hands and eyes, and so that's what we got.
Hold on. Let's see. Where is it? Y'all's ideas. Constructs.
Yeah, the show was called Ubi.
Can I drop them on the map? Will it let me drop them on the map? No.
I won't let you
Aw.
do it.
Oh well.
Oh, there he is.
There it is. Oh, I wish people could see this.
Oh, they will, because the way I got it
It's
recorded.
slightly disturbing.
I'll make it bigger for the people at home. Oh, that made it worse. That made it so much worse. So he just leads y'all, or they just lead you a little bit further in.
Alright, we follow Oogly Googly. Oogly Googly gotta go. Oogly Moogly gotta go.
All right, I need you all to read a bad situation for me as y'all keep going, because after a little while there's some vibrations, and Oogly's gonna turn around and open its hand like a mouth, all surprised, like, and mouth, oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, just read a bad situation. I can get a +1 if I have my sight, so I'm gonna do.
Make sure to read your character sheet about what y'all can do with this, because I know some folks can switch out.
Yeah. 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so that's going to be hold 3. So for Genie and Eleanor.
Eight and let's see.
Don't you get to roll cool instead of sharp for?
I do. So that'll be 10. No, that'll be 11 altogether.
Okay, so that's another hold 3. And then for Eleanor,
Roll. What was
Genie,
the result?
Genie needs to roll again for Eleanor.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh no, 3.
It's experience for Eleanor.
Ooh, yep.
The good news is that y'all had y'all get all 3 questions, so I'm just gonna go down. Best way in, keep moving forward. Best way out, not entirely clear. Either move forward or go back to the tunnel y'all came from. Are there any dangers you haven't noticed? Yes, something is coming down the rails.
Mm.
What's the biggest threat? Probably that. What's the most vulnerable to all of you? Probably the emissary. Or the tunnel itself. What's the best way to protect the victims? Probably get off the rails. Find a way to duck off the side of the rails.
Is there room on the side of the rails?
There is not a lot of room. Like,
Is there how much like clearance is there with the top of the?
with the exception of Genie, because I think Genie's average height or kind of short. Emily,
Yeah.
Uh,
She's like 5'3", I think.
okay. Sybil and the emissary are the same height, and I believe Eleanor's around the same height as them.
Now she is.
Like, there is not much clearance above your heads walking through here. It might
Okay,
be
so-
might be 6'3", 6'4" in this tunnel.
So floating, not really helpful.
So there's no place we can like jump to the side and try and hide.
You can see that there might be an alcove up ahead of y'all, so I need everybody to give me an act under pressure.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yes, that would be roll cool.
Oh, okay. So, 10.
Damn.
10, okay, so you pull off what you want. And then the Genie needs to roll for Ellie and Genie.
Yeah, I rolled a 10 for myself. I was just looking at my sheet to see what I added to it. And then for Eleanor,
Alfie.
that's 6. Sorry.
Get off, Alfie.
So how much is that total with a 6 for act under or for cool, Eleanor?
That's gonna be 9, Alfie.
Okay, so
Because I can roll weird instead of cool.
okay, so you get to take a pick between a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay.
Um,
Was it 10?
She got a
9.
9. She got a 9.
Oh, 9.
So worst choice.
Worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Hard choice.
Hard choice. You will be able to make it in, but in the process, you're going to bump the other emissary back onto the rails.
Nah, I'm not sacrificing him.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, he ain't going to make this
He
roll.
did the hard choice.
Well, I
So
wouldn't do
You
it
didn't do price to pay.
intentionally. So is it just I accidentally do it? Because I'm
it would
not going to
be,
intentionally
it
do
would be, it would be an accidental, like if you choose to make it safely, you will have accidentally bumped him back on the rails. Basically, you will avoid harm, but he will take it. You don't do it on purpose. It's not like you're like, fuck you, fat boy. But you'll make it in, but you'll bump him back out.
And I don't know if he's going to make it or not anyways.
No, you do not know.
I mean, I guess so.
Okay, so the 3 of y'all make it in, but Eleanor bumps the emissary back, and you watch as he staggers back, looking surprised for a second, and then gets slammed into by what looks like a 3x4 metal cart moving on the rails that has another 3 attached to it behind it that just keep
Freya
going.
is screaming. Stop. Hang on.
Okay. I'll be right back, too.
Okay. Oh, I feel bad.
Okay. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Alfie, hello, sweet baby.
Sometimes kids just scream. Izzy screamed at me in the car today because I was singing, and she said, "Mama, I want quiet. Please no sing."
You were messing with her?
I was literally just singing along to a song, and she's like, excuse me, you're disturbing my peace."
Wow.
She really
So
wants the
didn't
blanket
she
Vincent
just
had.
first just started screaming?
What's up?
Didn't ask first, just started screaming?
Oh, yeah, but she...
They don't
As
ask.
a child.
She is toddler. She is also with me now because she started giving me the sad face.
Sweet babies.
She wanted Vincent's blanket really bad, even though there's 2 blankets.
She always wants what brother has. Anyway, so what y'all see is the emissary fall back, look surprised for a second, and then gets struck in the side by what looks like a 3x4 metal cart that has 3 more like it attached to it, just shooting down back the way y'all came. You see a poof.
Oh shit!
Is there any way we can grab him?
No, this thing, like, it hits and it's going, and you also start hearing Tommy, 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 not Tommy, 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 Tommy.
What the
Tommy?
fuck?
He's knocking as he says that. It doesn't come over the mic.
The
He
baby's
keeps
also,
saying Tommy knock.
and the baby's also knocking on the desk now.
What the hell is that noise?
Tommy, 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 Tommy. Then knock, 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 knock.
What is that? Where is that coming?
It seems to be coming from the cart that just struck him and kept going.
Is it past us now?
Yeah, it's gone back down, but you do hear it.
Can we see?
You
Like,
do
is
hear
there
the
something pushing it?
you do hear the brakes start to come on.
I would go after it.
You see that inside of this cart are a bunch of blue skinned goblinoids that have bright yellow eyes, orange or green caps, long gray beards. They're all carrying mining equipment, and they're just going, Tommy, 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 pop, 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 pop. And then one of them, we hit something!
Yeah, you hit my friend! Stop it, you bunch of smurfs!
That was rude.
They all turn and look at you. Humans. And then one smacks it. Ladies.
Oh no.
And one of them lifts his cap and slicks back what looks like this balding pate. And just hops out the cart and kind of, they're about maybe 4 foot tall. Like the limbs are exaggerated and the torso is very small. But they're wearing he's wearing like old timey miner gear. Has a little metal box on a headband that has a little candle in it. And just walks up, Buongiorno.
Hi. She kind of leans over a little bit. You kind of almost ran over a friend of ours. So could we make sure he's not, squished under the wheel?
Eh? Turns around. We hit something?
Something kind of big.
Husky, rather.
You also hear from the front of it, Husky.
Are you okay? I'm sorry.
Slow. Tries to stand up. That ain't supposed to have been that way. Some of these little blue skin goblins are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know. Humans can put that back on, right?
Oh
What
God.
did you
What
do?
do we see around the corner?
You see that the emissary has put a dent in the front of this thing. and 3 fingers are facing different directions than they should be.
Oh,
God.
no.
The shotgun is bent around his leg.
Jesus.
He's like, ow. Did I get hit
Oh,
by
okay,
Did I get hit by a train?
Close enough.
small one.
And you just say, ah, man, he gonna owe us for this cart. Boss gonna take it out of our monies. I do not owe goblins anything for hitting me with a train.
Okay, look, just sit there, okay? Well, Jesus.
What kind of work are y'all doing down here?
And the one that had walked up to you, we are miners.
And what are you
What are
mining?
you mining?
Platinum.
Oh,
Haven't found any yet, but we looking. Platinum. Another one. Gold. Another one. Copper. Another one. Frankincense. No, that's Christmas.
While they're talking, I'm going to use magic to try and help at least fix his fingers so they're not bending the wrong way.
I mean, there is a shotgun wrapped around a thigh.
I was gonna deal with that too.
He stands up and puts weight on his left leg. Okay. Okay. Looks at the left leg. Yeah, that's not supposed to bend that way.
I just sit down.
I don't want to
Genie,
sit,
come with me.
I don't want to sit down. Everything's wet and dirt. I'm bleeding.
Sit.
He just sits on the edge of the cart. One of the goblins gets out the way. Hey! Work in here. No,
Yeah, watch out for the back end. Genie, come help.
Genie, you see his foot's facing like 90 degrees to the opposite, or to the right.
Okay. You handle leg, I'll handle hand.
Okay. So last time we played, you said that I could just say that Genie has a potion for shit, and if it makes sense, you'll just allow it. Is that still
Yes,
the
we
rule?
did.
Yes, I did. I kind of wrote a blank, allowed you to have a blank check there.
Okay, Genie's gonna pull a thermos out that is just like quick-acting liquid ibuprofen.
It's
Not gonna magically heal him or anything, but it's gonna help take the pain away and like help the healing process move a little more quickly.
Ginny hands him a bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
I feel like that could like give us a plus on our rolls to
You know what?
fix things.
Yes, I will say it's
Yes.
a +1. It's a +1 to weird to heal.
Woo!
yay!
Damn.
Now I roll low. That's a 6. What
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, so that's enough to heal.
9.
9. There is a negative effect to your spell to heal Genie, so it's ow, 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 don't bite, don't bite, don't bite. Child, I love you, don't bite. And now she is looking at me angry and farting on my leg.
Sounds like you.
Shush.
I didn't say it.
The effect is weakened. The effect is a short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. It draws immediate unwanted attention. There is a problematic side effect.
I always pick problematic side effect, but let's go.
Okay. Genie, he's going to get back some health, but he's going to have a hell of a limp
Aw.
because he is now just slightly pigeon-toed because you overcorrected on adjusting the foot back in place.
Oh.
And
I think Genie's just going, sorry, and just gonna tip the tequila back into his mouth.
shh, shh, shh. Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom.
You're okay. You're okay.
Fine, you're fine.
You're good. You're good. So, y'all are able to get him back up, and all these goblins. Well, who's gonna pay for the cart?
Okay, look.
Trespassers.
We need to get out of here. We need to get into the city. If you can help us get into the city, including getting him to where we need to go a little easier, I'll help pay for your cart.
They all huddle together. Roll me charm. Roll me manipulate someone.
I'm not that good at that. I wish I had a higher score in that.
Child, why do you...
I have a -1.
Sybil's like, I'll give you money. And they're like, no.
Look, I had to give her a negative in something when we started this, even though she was supposed to be better at doing this, so I had to go with something.
Baby, stop. I love you, stop.
Oh, okay. So that's an 8.
An 8. So, they will do what... Oh, shh. They will do what you want, but you gotta give them a reason to believe you. Oh.
What? Okay, what kind? Like,
I
you
mean,
need like normal, actual people money for this, or?
you could probably offer them that, yeah.
Well, I'm asking them, like, what kind of currency do you need for this to be?
Greenbacks, dollars, moolah. I take cash
I
out.
reach in my wallet and I pull out a 50 and I hand it to him. There, that's some money. I will give you the rest.
You hand it, and the one that like it came up to y'all sauntering up takes it, turns and looks there, but she gave me money. And then the rest of them.
I gave you money for the cart.
Tell yourself whatever you want. She gave me money.
She holds up her hand and wiggles her finger. I'm spoken for, bud.
Just looks at that. Rings? What does a ring mean? I don't know what rings mean.
Sure. So can you take us somewhere so we can get out of here safely? We have to meet up with some.
To the elevator. The elevator. Elevator. It goes in the
Will you take
Macy's.
us to the elevator?
It takes it to the Macy's.
The Macy's?
To the Macy's.
Which Macy's?
The one on like 5th, I think? I don't know. I'm not usually allowed in Macy's, not after the incident.
All right. Well, if you'll take us to the Macy's elevator, I will make sure to get you the rest to get your cart fixed.
Then one of them slaps him. It's not Macy's you got kicked out. You got kicked out the Woolsworth.
Oop. Oop.
What was that, Christina?
I was like, oh.
So they start kind of banging the cart roughly back into shape. All right, Biggins, get in.
Bacon.
Well, considering with the exception of Genie, who's just like a little bit over a foot taller than them, most of y'all are like 2 feet taller than them.
Mm-hmm.
The emissary kind of just flops into the one he was sitting onto the side of.
Oh.
Poor guy.
Boss is gonna be mad. That was his shotgun.
Your
You know
wife
what?
will be questioning why you're walking funny.
No, he ain't gonna ask that.
Says your wife.
She's gonna assume I got hit by a car again. Also, fuck my boss right now. He can deal without the shotgun.
Mm-hmm. He's fine.
We'll see if we can fix that again later.
No, he's leaving it. He does not care. He is.
I was talking about his foot.
Oh, his foot. He's like, he looks at it. And so y'all travel down the rail with the Tommy knockers, and the rail actually goes to like a little turn area, and like this thing is fast, y'all. Like it is zipping. Like there is a good chance they had no clue anybody was on the track when they hit the emissary. Like it might be a death trap because it's like they're all piled into this thing, zipping at like 60 miles an hour down these rails in a tunnel underneath Chicago.
Oh, damn. That might have broken me.
What, that would scare you?
Heart? No, like getting hit by it.
Yeah, if you couldn't bring up a shield quick enough, that might have hurt.
Oh. Does Eleanor feel kind of bad still?
Oh yeah.
So as y'all go, one of them hops out and grabs this little pole that causes the area that y'all slide onto to spin, and you go down a different rail, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, everybody, hold on, there's gonna be a dip, and like everybody just goes whoom, as you like,
Whoa! Ah!
and eventually you,
The whole time, Genie is just screaming and going,
She just got her hands in the air.
so y'all eventually make it.
Put your hands up.
Y'all make it into the basement, an old dusty sub basement from the best that y'all can guess, that people have not come to for a while. And the Tommy knockers look at you. All right, over there is the elevator up.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And one of them flips the lever, and they go shooting back into the tunnel. Well, hold on. Do you give them their money?
How much do they need?
Like, looking at it, this is antique. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be expensive. Another one. Got the flippolators right here. The guy that fixed.
You're just making shit up. How much is it?
How about $5?
No, she gave us 50.
I gave him a 50. How much more is it gonna take to fix it?
200.
200. Oh, for the love. I don't have that much in cash. I said I don't carry that much in cash. I'm not insane. I'm going to Chicago.
What about booze? Do you like alcohol?
Yes.
What do you say?
He said yes. The baby is trying to steal the headset from me right now.
She said, "It's time."
Genie's gonna give him a flask and say, "Does this call it even?"
Eleanor's gonna give them more money.
y'all, between all of y'all, you're able to give them enough, and they go, "We got 250," and then they drive off.
Definitely just got gypped.
Well, at least we got here.
Oh.
They were nice.
And as you're in this basement,
Odd.
the emissary, I don't like any of them. Also, they had.
They didn't hit you on purpose.
No, but also they had iron tools.
Oh.
They're fey.
Are they fat? They have iron?
They look like goblins to me.
How do Fae, like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, they probably had wooden handles and stuff to them.
Feels real sketch.
Y'all ran into goblins on a minecart underneath Chicago. How is that not sketch?
True. Anyways, let's go find Dresden. I really want to be his problem now.
As y'all get over to the elevator.
Sorry,
oh my god.
I want to be his problem now.
And this is why I love Genie so much.
No, we need a poster of Genie giving a thumbs up. I'm your problem now.
I woke
Listen,
up.
I
woke up, and now I'm everybody's problem.
Listen, now I have read like the first 5 books in the series, which means that I understand the concept of apparently Dresden getting married in the next book to a porn star who is also a vampire. So yeah, I know enough to be annoying to him, personally.
Oh yeah, the book's gone off to the editors.
Fabulous.
So, as y'all are getting towards what is definitely a freight elevator that goes up, you hear, "You walk into someone's home and do not introduce yourself."
Oh God, what now? Turn around and look. Whose home have we entered?
What y'all see before you, as it moves to the little bit of light that y'all have from just the little bit of electrics that are down here, it's large. It's scaly. It has a very long, protruding snout. And what is staring directly at all of you is a dragon.
What the fuck?
And that's where we'll actually end tonight's session so we can get kids in bed.
Why? Why is there a dragon? Why?
Awesome.
So thank you all for playing. I hope you all had fun. Hold on, let's do the experience thing before we go, because I believe that my child yeah, you did. You went over there and you did something, didn't you? She did. So let's do this quick. Did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
No. Did we save someone from certain death or worse? I'll give y'all that one.
I mean, it kind of caused the problem, but we fixed it.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
There's a dragon under Chicago.
We learned that Elvis is an alien.
And Benjamin Franklin is alive.
I can beat the shit out of Nikola Tesla of Thomas Edison.
So that's two that we got. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? I don't think
No.
we did. So we get one experience. First time we've only gotten one.
I am at.
That's all right.
So I don't believe anybody. Well, I don't believe anybody has leveled up. But with that, let me go because the child is now knocking over stuff. Thank y'all for playing. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.